Chat, this guy unironically sent me a resume in a .docx.
That's right.
Okay?
Of course Google
Okay.
Docs is superior.
This
That's
guy
not the
sent
point.
me a docx. All right? Is it the year 1700? Is this the Victorian era? Is this Da Vinci right here? Like, my friends, it is 11:44 a.m., only slightly past the time that we're supposed to be here. It's Ethan's fault. No, just kidding. It's my fault. 100%. I couldn't find a mic. It's 10/26/2019. Welcome to what is absolutely going to be our best show yet. I'm here with the legendary, the amazing, the unbelievable Ethan Evans, the easy coach. Thank you for subscribing. Uh-oh. Hold on. No, it's okay. We got this. This is it. Okay, we did it.
All right.
See?
There it is.
I did it. It wasn't a hard one. All right.
I made this.
I did. Okay, this is literally going to be one of the most important shows that we do about career development. I am firmly convinced of that because everything we do in this stream will be objectively like how to actually improve your career and your life, which is a lot of time, but your career is your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your career doesn't need to be your life, but it is a lot of damn time.
Yeah, it's a lot of time, and you don't want that time to suck. So, we're going to tell you how to get a Lamborghini in your garage, if you want one, if you want to work that hard for one. Okay, I'm going to try to open your document. So, where we last left off, I'm trying to find. Ethan actually built a resume for you guys. Can you believe that? I can't believe it. What? Oh, there. Yeah. See. Okay. See.
Yeah, there it
Google literally opened it up better
Then we're
than Word did. Yeah. It's like that's why corporate America is questionable.
See, but now it looks like shit again.
Why do you think that is? Like, okay, we're just gonna go off this page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks right.
That looks good. Let's do. So it'll be here. I just want to make sure.
But we can start the debate right there, chat. Like,
yeah,
I wrote the resume in Word because that's what corporate America still uses. So, Devin's like, yeah, Neolithic Stone Age crap, and I'm kind of with him, except that's still.
Chat. This guy unironically sent me a resume in a .docx.
That's right.
Okay.
Of course, Google Docs is superior.
This guy sent
point.
me a docx. All right. Is it the year 1700? Is this the Victorian era? Is this Da Vinci right here? Like.
Totally unironically. That's it's either that or the docs. Most of the resumes I get, we're going to talk about this. First, they come in as PDFs.
Okay.
And if they don't come in as PDFs, they come in as docx. Like I don't see it. But yeah, well, Amazon doesn't use Google for anything. Duh, competitor. So we don't, we can't access, like, no one would, in their right mind, would send us a Google Doc.
Amazon Docs, man. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Amazon. I don't need these. There's
Yeah,
no reason
no.
to need these. Yeah. Yeah. Where's Amazon Docs?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought. There's no Amazon Docs.
Not yet.
No. So we're using Google Docs for their resume. Okay.
Yeah, we can do that. But
I send my resumes in wingdings. This guy's
the other story I told Devin is yesterday I did an interview for a peer executive, so another vice president hiring for a vice president slot in Amazon, and I did the phone screen with the guy. We didn't have any resume at all. In other words, our executive recruiting went out and found him on LinkedIn, did a cut and paste of his
that
LinkedIn.
in itself is insane. Yeah.
Did a cut and paste of his LinkedIn, shipped that to me, and said, work from this. So.
Did he give you a cover letter?
No.
Fuck.
No, I mean, because he didn't send in anything, right? So the point
all
is,
you had was his LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Was his LinkedIn and his about page? Was that a description like a cover letter?
No. But
you're lying to me. I know that was.
No, like I can't show you who the candidate was.
I know, but on your about page, there's like a thing.
Yeah,
like,
well,
right?
that's
like
because
let's switch over.
I care a lot about LinkedIn and I use it.
If
that's my resume.
If that's not yet. It doesn't. They still see us.
It's not pushed.
But when I hit, that's because if I have something really weird on the screen, I need to
pull up LinkedIn instead. Okay. We can do my resume, but I think we should start here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So that appears to be live, right?
It is. Yeah, that's
So,
just what they see.
All right. So basically, I got sent a copy, a cut and paste off the guy's LinkedIn. And the point is, the way people get found beyond entry level is not through applications, but by recruiters going out and looking on LinkedIn. And then when they want to sell someone to a hiring manager, because don't forget your own internal recruiting team is selling you people because they get basically paid on how many hires they make, or at least evaluated on it. They just sent me the LinkedIn profile of the guy and said, okay, he's interested in talking. Here's what we have on him. And they don't want to put friction in the system. Like, the guy is a passive candidate. He has a job. He's not super interested in moving, but we want to hire him away from somebody else. And so they're not going to say, like, oh, hey, you need to make a resume for this job you don't want yet. Yeah. Instead, they're putting it on me, like, here's what we know about him from LinkedIn. Go talk to him, figure out if he's any good, and if we should keep investing effort. But the point is, his job decision, our job interaction is based around his LinkedIn, not a resume. Which is why whenever I'm talking on the Easy Coach, I talk about the importance of LinkedIn. So
why is it that this might be a really dumb question. Why is it that I have never been approached by a recruiter on LinkedIn, even though I'm a rather savvy individual?
How often are you approached by recruiters?
I've never been approached by a recruiter.
So you're not playing in the corporate job world, essentially. Like, it's just different worlds.
But I exist as a entity with, I have like really impressive titles.
Yes, you do.
So don't people look at those and they go.
Where would they look?
On LinkedIn.
Okay.
I'd assume, right? Because I too have a LinkedIn.
All right, here we go.
And it says Chief Marketing Officer at Nerd Fusion. And I actually have written a lot on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have the flag set that, like, you're interested in opportunities? That doesn't control that much, but there is, you can set what you're interested in. Like, are you... I
think that's true. Probably because
that's part of it. That's part of it because they're searching by name, like Amazon. They're searching for certain industries or abilities.
Yeah.
And so your background's mainly from gaming.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's maybe not as much of a common corporate search.
I've always been divided on whether LinkedIn is useful or just for boomers. If you take anything away from this talk, it's that LinkedIn is super, super important. And here's something also interesting. It's not just important for people looking for jobs. It's actually important for like content creators now too. LinkedIn, by the way, LinkedIn, I think right now is a lot more like 2012 Facebook. By which I mean the amount of attention that you can get on LinkedIn is like better than any other platform right now that I know about. It's super important for content creators. It's super important for people that are looking for jobs. That's it. That's who it's important for. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, LinkedIn is where business conversation happens, right? Because it's not happening on Facebook. So it's not where business influencers go. It's not. I'm sorry, it is where, because Facebook isn't, right?
Yeah.
So, and to the point about boomers, there's definitely something generational about it, right? Like, LinkedIn is more a professional network. It's not going to be where you go to get a starting, like, recruiters aren't out there looking for entry-level individuals.
Yeah, if you're applying for like, we're
first job out of college,
right, yeah.
and we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
And we're going to review tons of resumes of people who've sent them in.
You guys sent in, I'm looking at like a page right now of resumes, and then okay, look at this. For once, okay, my email is resume for show today, resume review, Twitch unban, Discord ban and resume review, resume curriculum, resume stream. You guys did well. You sent lots of really good resumes.
And somebody just sent in another.
Someone just sent in another one.
Space sloth. Like, way to be late to the party, but it might happen.
It might happen. There have been a lot of resumes that have come in, and that is super good. And you guys also sent some resumes into Ethan's stream, the Easy Coach, as well.
Yeah.
So,
And some of the people who really wanted reviewed told me they sent them to both because they were like covering
that's
their
such
bets.
a dick move. That's like I want to know who those people are.
At least it's honest.
It's
like,
hustle.
I really want it.
Yeah, it's hustle.
It's
yeah.
hustle.
Yeah. Listen, dudes, you will be summarily judged today. And
But that's
through
okay.
your
I
suffering,
will be too. And we already found a fuck up in my
we
resume.
will all grow.
So
I found the fuck
Yeah,
up.
you found the fuck up. That's right.
The fuck up was you didn't write a cover letter.
No. Cover letters, waste of space. We'll debate that later.
This is the fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, all right. So anyway, scroll down on my LinkedIn though, right? Like what's in the body? Because
So I would read this.
yeah, okay.
And my copy on this is like really crazy.
Okay.
We should compare them.
Well, you went
Because I think mine is better. I'm kidding.
so I think
Yeah.
people jump to experience.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, then.
Because when I review resumes, I skip straight to like where are they and what have they done?
Well, all right, listen, like VP of Amazon for 14 years, okay, I guess. I mean, but look, dude, can you honestly say that you were the owner of a computer repair company that fixed for grandmas or the headmaster of a martial arts school?
I cannot.
Yeah,
I cannot say.
VP of Amazon? Come on, dude. I don't know about all that.
What isn't, though, let's talk about yours, how to pump that up, flip back. We'll go straight. So the thing about, how old were you at SOS Computer?
Dude, it was a long-ass time ago.
Yeah, I
10
know.
years? Yeah.
So what I would want to convey in your situation is you don't talk about revenue of the business or that it was real. Like when I look at something like that, I don't know if it's real or just like, this is something, you wrote because you fixed your grandma's computer once, or was it really a business? So how do I know that's a viable experience?
Because I'm not providing you any, and also the way that I wrote this is super salesy, right? Service-based company specializing in computer training and repair for individuals, families, and small businesses. Strives to offer the best prices and quality, and like that means shit, right? Like something that is like really good would be like, I fixed 10,000 fucking computers. I went through 5 grandmas a day on this bitch. Like this thing happened. Yeah. Like that's,
and was it
like,
you alone, or did you have employees? Like
I had two employees.
So
yeah.
that fact.
Mm-hmm.
Founded business, you could say as a high school student, as a college student, anything that gives perspective that you were early in your career.
Yeah.
Founded my own business, hired 2 employees, built the business from X to Y. Now, like, fuck, this guy's an entrepreneur. He's a hustler. Whereas this is like, I needed something to fill into my resume for 4 years where I laid on the beach. And so I made this shit up. It's not got any facts.
True.
So that's...
And one thing he's saying is
it's not got any numbers.
One thing I'm going to do on this stream, because I think it's important, is I'm going to constantly relate this back to like what most of these people in the audience are doing. Okay, most of the people in this audience,
because we love to generalize about this audience.
It's on your stream. You have like, well, I went to Harvard and I have like 50 degrees and I'm building the International Space Station. Blah, 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 and these people don't have any fucking jobs.
You denigrate your stream because you gave me most of my stream, but because I don't have 60,000 followers like you, I get to know the guys. So Lee Festus runs a company here in Seattle. He's going by in chat right now. We all have paintbrush. Ligerbox, who was here a minute ago, Ligerbox is a physician in Singapore.
This is an exception rather than the rules.
I just was able to pick 2 people in your chat right now.
But those are the guys that came over to see you.
Yes.
Those the people that are sitting here are like in their
everyone
underpants.
Everyone else
they've got
is
Outer
coming to
Worlds
Easy
on the
Coach
other
from now
screen.
on, though.
Yeah.
So everyone else is coming. Everyone here is coming to my channel to build their career. We know this.
The amount of people that you estimate can even wear pants in this chat is way higher than you think it is, man.
I am defending you, chat.
I've been here for 7 years.
There it is, in underpants. You're right. Crocan is... Oh, you're letting me down, chat. Like, you got to stand up for yourselves. Wait, I feel personally attacked. Muggle, that's because you are being personally attacked.
Yes, yeah.
It's you personally. If only we knew, yeah. And then... I gotta watch it though. Pashi complains when I make fun of people. He comes into my Discord and is like, "You were mean to people." Yeah, so I'm afraid this is going to be a mean stream. We're
Shut
warning
up,
you right
bitch.
now. Yeah. Today is a mean stream. Like
Yeah, we're on my channel now. Get the fuck out of here.
trigger warning, mean stream coming. Or maybe it's meme stream. It will be both.
Yeah, Ethan will be like, well, I'm very sorry you feel that way. You know, like we here on the Easy Coach strive to maximize your life, and then I'll just be like, no. Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah. Shut up, your resume sucks. Get out. You're never getting a job in this town.
So that's for like, but for LinkedIn, for any resume, you want facts and numbers where you can because they make it believable. They make it concrete. And so you have a potential to really, like that thing you just pointed to that you said I haven't done, which is true, you could upgrade.
This is why I'm not getting recruiters, because they look at this and they're like, this guy's full of shit. Yeah, that's what's happening. He wasn't really... Yeah, you're so right. I don't even follow my own advice. Damn, I do on my resumes, which I actually can pull up too, and I worked on one too for you.
Nice.
Yeah. It also has a cover letter because I like cover letters.
Tell me why, because no one reads them.
Are we fighting this?
Sure.
This fight begins. Ethan is of the opinion that cover letters don't matter. I am of the opinion that cover letters matter a lot. But check this out.
So what that does show you, just straight up, is that no one resume or one approach works for every possible employer. Like you are fishing, and it depends on who the reader is. But I think cover letters never come to me as the hiring manager. I never see them. So within Amazon, with all the thousands of interviews I've done there, I never see a cover letter. That's always stripped away and gone. So it might be, are you aiming it at the recruiter, or do you think the cover letter matters? Now again, Amazon's big corporate America, but generally recruiters might look at that, might not. So I never see it.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
All right. Your argument against cover letters is that people don't read them. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. What if someone reads one?
That's good. Anything that gets anyone to engage and pay attention to you and your background is fantastic.
So why deliberately do something that could be an opportunity for you? Why deliberately not do something that could add a chance for you to get a job?
Fair point.
Because
it's diminishing returns would be, so you've got a good point. I don't think they're hugely effective, but your point is maybe they're 1 in 10. Even if only 1 in 10 people reads them,
the whole thing about getting a job is one at bat.
Yes.
Right? You only need to succeed once with the right woman, the right job, right? So anything you can do to maximize your chances on that is good. So I think that a cover letter matters a lot more than I think you think it does. However, I'll tell you why also. But however, my central argument is going to be if you can do something that even slightly meaningfully increases the chance of you getting a job and it differentiates you in the sea of people that are trying, you should do that thing. Which is also why I'm a fan of like pictures on resumes and why I'm a fan of like doing like weird marketing shit, right? But I can also tell you philosophically why I like cover letters.
I think probably the biggest leverage of the cover letter, though it may get read, is the effort you put into thinking through why you want that job and why you match it.
Yeah.
Because if you do get like, whether or not anybody reads it, it puts you, because cover letters are customized to the job you're applying for.
Yeah.
They put you through the exercise of thinking through why do you want this job and how do you present yourself. So if you do get a call or you do get contact, you have the right tool. You're already in the mind frame of being able to articulate why you match that job in that company. So I do agree with you, by the way, that while I never bother with a cover letter, and I don't think I ever have, if you have a chance to influence and get somebody to read, I look at a resume top to bottom as you're earning. Every line is about earning the attention to get the next line read. And so if your cover letter earns the attention to get your resume considered, it's a boon. And if it gets thrown away, you haven't lost anything but your time. So that's the trade-off.
I agree. So the way I think about it is this, okay?
All right.
Let's say, and lately I've been using MS Paint for a lot of things.
All right.
Let's say you've got this.
Artist time.
Okay? And then you've got this, okay?
Okay, it's funnel time.
It's funnel time.
It's funnel time.
This is a little bit too big of a funnel, isn't it? All right. It's ice cream cone time, chat. Time for the ice cream cone. Okay. 500 gifted subs
gifting 500 subs.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big day.
They're joking because I drew a picture in MS Paint and then I got 500 subs. That literally happened. I have no idea why. Yeah, it was like,
wow.
It was really dumb. Yeah, it was like people really like. I was like, it's the most expensive MS Paint that I've ever done. So people really like my art. They gift me subs for it. That's
you know what the sub gifting record is?
I probably know when it was set.
Yeah.
I bet it was set during that really janky time period where people were doing sub gifting in exchange for like tournament entries in the League of Legends games. So I'm guessing it's probably somewhere between like 10,000 and 15,000 or something like that.
I never saw. So it may have changed because I've been out of the business, in that part of the business, for 6 or 8 months. But the most I had seen gifted was 6,600 subs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's by one person?
By one person. All at once.
Any Oilers in chat? That's actually insane. Holy shit.
The most fun about that is it was paid for by Bitcoin.
Whoa.
So the guy dropped like 2 whole Bitcoins when they were worth something. Like now it'd be like 8 Bitcoin or something to do that. But he dropped.
That's a guy that like had a hard drive and forgot about it, and then like was like, oh yeah, I have 7,000 Bitcoin of this thing.
I bought them for like 11 cents.
Yeah, exactly, like that kind of thing. Any Oilers? Any Bitcoin miners here? Any Bitcoin miners in chat? That's great.
Yeah. No, well, BFT, Bitcoin is worth 9K, but 6,600 subs is $33,000. So do the math.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my boy's coming back. Not really. My boy's coming back. Let's go. Ethereum still has a way to go, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. My funnel. All right.
Yeah. Tell me about this.
Okay.
This is the great cover letter debate.
My opinion is that so this is all the way it works is there are various types of inputs. So let's say that over here is like you got the job. Wow. All right. And then over here is all of your inputs into getting this job.
Yeah.
I actually think every single point of touch along the lines of what you said, which is like you just said, if any resume line gets them to read the next line, it's good. I agree. I think that's true for every single point of touch that you have with an employer from the second that you interact with them, whether it be a phone call, an email, a cover letter, all that stuff. Email, because a lot of times you're sending emails back and forth. That's a very good chance to put a small paragraph or a very small thing in the email. That's
absolutely.
Like, yeah. Oh, you agree with that? That's basically a cover letter.
Well, if I'm having an email with a potential employer, like I'm helping a friend who's working on a job right now, and he asked me, should I email the hiring manager is out of town for a while, and so we can't have the final. He's like at the offer stage, so the guy's not going to call me with my offer for a few days because he's on the road. Should I email him my questions about the business? And I'm like, this is such a no-brainer. I don't even know how to answer.
Yeah.
So you're asking me, should you engage the guy you want an offer from with thoughtful inquiries about how his business operates? What like I've reframed this question where there is no answer but yes.
Well, but that's not obvious to people. So
no.
A lot of people.
I'm trying to state it in a way that it's obvious.
A lot of people will be kind of socially anxious. What do you think of that tea, by the way?
It's actually very good.
Hell yes!
Yeah, it's very good.
Let's go, dude.
No.
That's from China.
All right.
Yeah, it's for you. Yeah,
that is fantastic.
I made him tea, chat.
Yeah, it's good.
Thank you so much.
I boiled the water, chat.
He did. Yeah, he had everything. Like, so I came in at like 10:50, and I'm like listening to music. Ethan's like sitting outside. I like walk right by him because I'm so tired because I got up like 5 minutes ago, and I didn't even notice. Then I get in the office. And I'm like, there's no microphone here. And I know Ethan's just thinking, this fucking idiot. Why did I drive out here? And then, so I'm like, I'm wandering around the office for 20 minutes trying to find a microphone until I finally call our studio manager who tells me where the thing fucking is. And then like we set it up and now I'm here. So that's like, it's just typical Devin Nash, dude. Oh, it's rough. But in the point of that story was, while I'm doing all this, I come back and like the hot water is prepared. Ethan has like poured like glasses of water. Like the entire setup is done. Like he's vacuumed the room. He's like put up posters so there's more personality in the fucking office. Like all this. It's insane, dude. Like the place is like 100% better.
So that was like Devin's impromptu game of 2 truths and a lie. You have to figure out which parts of those things I did and didn't do.
Do I do that often? Do I do that often?
Sometimes your hype machine runs away with you.
I really like doing that. Yeah, I like never telling the truth ever.
Oh, that's that. You should definitely,
except for that time.
You should put
except
that
for
on
that.
the top of your resume.
And that
That's
I never tell the truth except for that statement and that one and that one. Yeah, so that's every point of touch is important.
All right. So if you're really telling chat that every point of touch is important, that is not going to go well.
Wait, why?
Just switch.
Because it's 2019.
Yeah, no.
You're right, man. Let's see.
So this is like old shit I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually,
back of the die.
I collapsed all that in my resume. So like I decided, in LinkedIn it's all true, so I left it there, but I collapsed it all in the resume. We'll go.
You really like this VP title, man.
Yeah, it was good times. Startups are handing out titles like candy, so why not write them down?
No, but I mean, like, since 1998, you've literally never changed the VP title. You're just a bigger VP.
Yes.
Now you're the biggest VP.
Yeah,
the biggest VP there could be.
Yeah, that's right.
Is there a, oh man, this is something I've never, ever talked about before.
Okay. Now I'm curious.
Well, I got to think if this is ethically good. I like the idea in a small business of actually having a title that's way more important than what you do.
Okay.
And I think that if I was in a business where I was in a small company and they could like name me director of fucking pancake operations, but obviously in a way that like sounds more official, I think it would be like CMO of Nerd Future. Well, fuck off, okay? This is a real company, okay? I'm in a real studio. I'm a real boy. All right? Like, I think that would actually matter a lot. For you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, so title, people have learned to be skeptical of title, but it doesn't matter because it's already in their brain. Like you have director of food service operations in that case, and what it actually meant was like I'm the pancake fetcher, right? Or I stock the kitchens.
Yeah.
But they already have that word in their head and they can't get it out. Like, oh, director of food operations. What does that mean? Like, it was probably bullshit, but I don't know, so I better talk to him. So actually, title does matter because it gets in under the cover, right? It gets in subconsciously.
Yeah, I think so.
And so, and look, startups pay in title. They can't pay in money, so they pay in title.
I mean, and look, like you're an example of that because
these were small.
You're a director of operations.
Yeah.
What did that mean? Did you run a team? It looks like you did.
Yeah, I ran a team.
Okay.
QA, build, release, management, a couple other things.
How come you've never been like a burger flipper? Like you're just like a pancake maker.
Yeah.
Your first job, it's because he went to Carnegie Mellon, chat. Yeah, it's like
he went
to school.
This is creative compilation in that I held several different jobs at 4 Systems.
What was your first job ever?
My first job ever?
Yeah.
My first job ever was cluster consultant, which is like saying computer cluster at school. So like maintaining the machines at Carnegie Mellon.
See, that sounds way better than machine janitor.
Yeah, it does.
Computer janitor, yeah. Cluster consultant. I immediately thought you were already like consulting groups of businesses on like effectiveness and how they go together and shit. Like, I was like, that sounds badass. Did you name that yourself?
Nope, that was
Carnegie
the name.
Mellon named
Carnegie
that?
Mellon named
It's
that.
because of Dale Carnegie, man. That guy. Yeah.
Wrong Carnegie.
Andrew Carnegie.
Andrew Carnegie.
Andrew Carnegie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Dale Carnegie wrote the book. Yeah.
Dale Carnegie wrote the book.
Yeah.
Andrew Carnegie made the steel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not being rude. I asked him what his first job was, and I thought it was really good. What do you mean?
Yeah. No, I lived on a farm. I grew up on farm country, so like flipping burgers meant driving to town, and it wasn't that exciting to go flip burgers. Yeah.
But would you would you intentionally not put some things on here because you feel like they would maybe even be a negative or not relevant? Like you didn't put consulting.
The cluster consulting. No, it's too far. It's too far ago, right? Like, there's no point. Yes, I could list my college work experience in like that would have been like 1989 to 91, but like no one cares what I did in college now that I've got a 25-year executive career. Fair. Like, it just isn't relevant. And so it becomes, if you switch to my resume, and you'll see, in fact, I've cut out everything that wasn't Amazon, more or less. So we'll go to the bottom of it real quick.
That's if we can find it.
Yeah, there it is.
No, that's not the right one.
That's not the
it's
right
this one.
All right.
We did it.
Yeah, so scroll all the way like down, and we'll come back to the top.
Okay.
So not that far, up just a little, right there.
Yeah.
Everything I did says, I just put it progressive positions startups. Like, I'm summarizing 11 years there because.
Oh, wow. I've never seen someone do that. That's actually fucking crazy. You posted multiple different positions in one position.
Yeah.
I've never heard of someone doing that.
Well, it's just like.
But that's like, that all poses a question. Like somebody would actually be like, oh, like, what's this period of your life? You can just, it's interesting.
Yeah. And like, to the point, we discussed how long should a resume be, and I'm not a fan of the ones that just go on and on and on. And if I listed out everything I did 1993 to 2004, it would add an entire page to the resume.
I mean, I'm just saying, dude, if you applied for a job at Nerd Fusion, and we're hiring a sales manager right now, if you're interested, okay?
Salesman.
I would not, I would not even give you an interview because this is 2 pages, man. I can't do it. 2-page resume?
2-page resume. For sure. I can't cram my life into one page.
Do you know what my time is worth, man? I'm not going to read 2 pages.
I don't need you to. Actually, I don't need you to. I need you to read enough to decide.
That's our second disagreement. It's the
cover letter enough to decide that you want to talk to me. So the detail is there if you want it, but if you are a quick decision maker and you're like, okay, he worked at Twitch, he's been a VP, he's led big teams, I'm good. If you don't get to the second page, I don't care. Like, your argument of a cover letter is you should have one in case people read it. My argument for a second page of the resume is you should have it there in case people read it. But you're like, you don't like...
No, that's so good. I can't refute that shit. That's true.
I mean, you don't want to just pad it with bullshit and make it long, but as long as there's value on that page... Because, let's see here. If we go down here, like, there's no bullshit on this page, right? So there's the fact I founded Easy Coach, which shows I have a bigger dimension than just being a corporate drone. So that's useful.
Why, real quick, why February? Why put that at the bottom?
So I debated that. That's a debate. I could stick it up in the middle of what we did. And my original intention, which I ran out of time to do, was to show this resume, to do a professional speaking or coaching resume as a contrast to my executive one. And so I was going to put it at the top in that. But like, if you were to look on LinkedIn, this appears right under my current job. I put it here because if I'm truly, I wrote this resume like I was applying to go to another executive, I was going to go work at wherever, someplace I would not work, for example, like
Tesla.
Oracle. Tesla's interesting.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to go to Oracle, for example, which I don't, I don't think they'd care about this as much. So I put it down to show color, but not to be like distracting from my executive career. But then the other stuff that's on here, my education, skill summary. This is interesting. You could argue these should go at the top because they're punchy bullets. Like, above
but
experience.
in a way you did because and we should go I think one thing we could do to make it insanely good is like we should just go all the way down.
By the way, I figured out you thought you caught a typo, but where is it?
Oh.
So it's important, though. You've caught something that's worth
Yeah.
knowing. The formatting here makes everything. So where he thought he had me is where it says Amazon subsidiary.
If I
next
open
to
this
Twitch,
in the
if you open it
in
here,
WordPad,
it shows
Amazon. Yeah.
So,
amazing.
the
Yeah.
lesson there is I was working off the display format.
Yeah.
But if it got saved and someone else saw it this way, I'd have fucked myself. So it is important.
I mean, let's be real, okay? Proven executive leadership of multiple $500 million businesses across games, video, apps, and music. And then I'm like, that's okay. But he put a capital M. This guy's out, man.
Well,
like, if the point being there,
that is egg on your face.
But if the resume is good enough, like, people will overlook something like that. But ideally, you don't want to have
you
one.
don't want
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
But it's interesting. You've revealed, though, if we go to this right over here, it doesn't show. So anyway, but yeah, let's go line by line. So I spent a lot of time on those first 2 lines because I really wanted to make the case right there.
I want to cover everything. So let's start here.
Right.
What is the purpose of Evans? Why Ethan Evans? Like why? Why the? Did you just think that was cool? Because
No.
I agree.
All right, I'm glad you like
And
it.
I feel like everything in this resume you thought out.
Well, you're
Yeah.
wrong. That's default MS Word template. First name is
I'm wrong. It
lighter.
feels wrong,
last
man.
name is darker. So I in this case, I actually thought about this and I said, if we want to advise people how to make a resume, I know you're going to give them a lot of artistic advice. I grabbed a standard MS Word template and filled it out without changing it and thought, you know what? It's solid. It would get the job done. Don't complicate people's lives. Because resume is about conveying valuable information, and making it artistically prettier is a 10% build, not nearly as important as getting the facts right. So
I agree. Why do you think that I'm like the humanities student that's coming here? It's like, well, you should put flowers on it, man. Like I'm like half the time the guy dogging on people that are making like irrelevant bullshit. I agree. But
why do
this
you
is
like the bold Evans? Why? Since
the contrast.
the contrast.
Yeah, it's really cool. Ethan
visual.
Evans. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
visual.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
It's visually interesting.
Yeah.
I did like the fact they put shit in green as a result, just because
That was just your default template.
that's the default MS Word template for, like, you just open a new Word doc, pick I want a resume. There's a few you can look at. I picked this one and ran with it.
Cool. Okay. So here immediately, we have the first point of contention.
Okay.
Why no picture?
No place for it in the template. Yeah, no. No place that says picture here in the template. I was slavishly filling out the template.
That can't be the answer.
I'm not that big. No, it's a fair point. It's an honest answer, but I don't know. Pictures on resumes, I rarely see them. I rarely see.
That's why it's important.
People put pictures on resumes.
Mm-hmm.
What do I think of them when I do see them? I don't know. I think it better be a good picture, like a standard business headshot. It can't be something like you skiing or,
Yeah.
It's got to be business related if you're applying for a business job.
So I will make my case for a picture.
Okay, how about it?
Are you more likely to make is an impression more likely to be made through words or an image?
Image is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah, okay. So, and then another fact. So I learned this at CLG, where I was reviewing a lot of resumes at one time. It was about 400 or 500 per job. And we hired for, I think in my time there, 90 positions. So when I would go through resumes, I would look through 30 resumes that have words, and then I would see one picture, and that would resonate in my mind better. It's because of the rarity of it that I think it actually stands out. And anything you can do to stand out is good. So there's a really good point in chat says, I feel like that might detract from the hiring manager that has a bias of feeling we look too young or too old. That could absolutely be a factor, and I'm not going to deny that. My argument would be, if someone is already judging you on the basis of your looks or race, you probably don't want to fucking work there anyway.
Well, yeah, I was gonna ask you
like
a hard question, which is, would you put a picture on if you were a black woman?
I would, yeah, I would. And if somebody didn't hire me because of that, then fuck that place. Why would I want to work? If a place is gonna judge me on the get-go for being a black woman, why would I ever want to work for that place in the first place?
I think you're disconnected from reality.
In what sense? No, I'm not denying that it happens. Like I'm saying that I would not want to personally work for that kind of place.
Because you have the option to feel you can get a job somewhere else.
I have that option, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure the black woman or all black women. I gotta be careful about generalizations, but there is discrimination against people of all different backgrounds, right? And it clusters in certain areas. But the perception, at least, is hiring managers are white dudes like me and you, and applicants, some of them are not white dudes like me or you, and we have an affinity for our own. True or false? That is the perception. And so my point, which I could end up agreeing with you, be bold and be who you are, and be willing to own who you are, and only work at places that will accept you. But if you have a family to feed, like, that's a tough call.
How can I possibly argue with you?
Okay.
Right? You're taking a huge moral stance. That's true. That's like discrimination and all this stuff. But like the absolute truth of the matter is that like if you're an African American woman that's gonna get judged in the first place, as soon as you hit that interview, it's gonna be the same thing. And it's gonna be even worse. Like if the company in the first place was going to judge you for that, they're gonna throw you out at some point. Like if they're gonna throw you out at the application stage versus the interview stage, like like that kind of like.
Let me tell a story.
Yeah.
Because you may be tilted at chat, and that's fine. But I was not trying to corner you into something you could not articulate. Put you.
Well,
in a
there's
corner
no way I can argue. Can I let me tell a quick counter
I'll tell
story.
my story in a minute.
Okay. I gave a talk at a school, and the professor that I spoke in front of his class, really awesome dude, was an African American gay man. Okay, and he had asked me at one point over dinner after the talk, which went pretty well. How do you feel about the issues surrounding African American men in America right now? How can I possibly answer that question? Right? Like, there's nothing I can say. That I have no idea, right? Like into that insight. So it's like when someone does that, where they're like, well, if you were an African American woman and you were applying for a job, would you still put your picture? That is a fucking goshy question, man. There's no way I can I can't, because if I answer if I answer it objectively with the logical answer, it comes off as so unempathetic to the actual plight of discrimination that it smooths over the issue. Yeah. I can't actually.
I think look. Since we've waded into race politics for a minute, one of the problems is we have to be able to discuss them. In other words, chat can rage or not, and you've hidden their windows, so we don't know.
Yeah, that's what I do. I just mute.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I can't deal with it. Yeah.
We have to be able to talk about it, though, right? If we can't, because if it's so like, well, we have no perspective, we can't talk about it. The truth is, and this is statistically true for sure, most of the hiring managers in the world are going to be in the U.S. world, are going to be white and predominantly male.
Yes.
And so if we can't talk about how white men interact with non-white, non-men resumes or backgrounds, we can't talk about anything. So we might as well talk about it. Now, if chat can't handle it or has to dog you, we'll mute their asses. All right. So you can hold a perspective on this, though.
Yes.
So may I tell my story now?
Please. Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right. No. So
I acknowledge that you completely have way more insight into this.
20 years ago, to your point, I was hiring for a startup in Pittsburgh long before I worked for Amazon, and probably before Amazon was founded, or like right when it was being founded. So Stone Ages, like still stone hammer, stone chisel. Anyway, we were hiring a tech writer, and I saw this woman's resume, and I brought her in, and I remember this to this moment because she remembers it too. It was really funny. I'm going to meet her in the lobby. She's coming off the elevator, and I'm going to go meet a tech writer. we're a bunch of geeks, so like fleeces, ragged t-shirts, whatever.
Even then.
Even
yeah,
then,
even
yeah,
then,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Jeans and t-shirts. An older black woman in a bearskin coat and heels rolls off the elevator. And she later told me, because I was a young manager, probably younger than you are now, I looked like a deer in the headlights, like, oh my God. And to your point, we ended up hiring her. So obviously that worked out. But if we had had preconceived notions or a picture, I would have had something like, I ended up having to take her on the fly, no chance to preconceive or prejudge. Whereas, interestingly, with a picture there, it might have been, I'm just literally relating a personal experience.
Yeah.
I would have had time to build a narrative in my mind that I did not have time to build in that case. So, I don't know what that says about me or who I was then or whatever.
It doesn't say anything bad. It's more like you're saying that the fact that she was able to make an on-site impression at that time, like kind of threw you for a loop. You're like, wow, this is like really good.
But also, I had no chance for any subconscious biases in my mind to play out because I didn't have. So, for better or for worse, I would say probably for better, my resume review was age blind and color blind because I didn't have that data. And so if I had harbored something that would have caused me not to hire an over 40 black woman, I had no time to
process that out, yeah.
Now.
And rather you had more data with audiovisual, like seeing
then I sat and talked with her, and she was fantastic, awesome. And we hired her.
Yeah.
But the point is, there is statistical data certainly that shows that if you take, say, my resume and you put it in front of 100 executive recruiters, and then you replace Ethan Evans with Jane Smith, it will do less well.
I know, yeah. That's undeniable. Yeah.
So then, if we put a picture on it, you are giving more data and making a stronger impression. You're also giving more chance for that. So I don't know how to balance out which of those is better.
All right, I
honestly don't know.
So here's a couple of points. One is I think I don't like living in a world where this is a point of contention. I like where it's like we should. Okay, but I acknowledge that we live in that world.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
One of the most important things at Amazon and tech companies and increasingly larger companies around the world is diversity initiatives. Would you agree?
Yes.
There are C-level officers that are being hired for the sole purpose of increasing diversity in large companies. That is happening, right? Chief diversity officers, absolutely. Chief hired officers.
Are companies hiring people with the goal of increasing diversity? Are they hiring people to work on that problem? Absolutely.
Yeah. So
it's important right here to note. I'm not speaking for Amazon when I talk here.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm saying companies like Amazon.
I can talk generally about my belief about corporate America.
Well, yeah.
I'm not empowered to talk about Amazon's diversity.
I got it. I didn't mean to. So I mean, companies like Amazon and companies like Google and companies like Facebook are all. I know Facebook has recently hired a diversity officer. I know companies like, and then more relevant to our space.
They want diversity.
Right, games. Okay, so in that sense, by that token, could not putting a picture on your resume be beneficial to you? Because people are trying to increase diversity initiatives and to trying to make this more of a, we're trying to solve this problem.
This is like an interesting catch-22. I'll explain. It is. I am no legal expert and not qualified to speak on this, but there are some things, companies want more diversity. There are some things they can do legally and some they cannot.
Yeah, definitely.
So, for example, as I understand it, and again, I'm not a lawyer, you can't say, well, we're only going to hire a woman for this position.
For sure.
That's not allowed.
You could do it, but you can't say it.
Well, but what you can do is you can choose to focus your recruiting to try to find more diverse candidates, whether they be women or underrepresented minorities or whatever. So you can try to bring in a bigger pool of candidates or a broader pool of candidates. So in that sense, one of the problems the world has, if they want to do that, one of the problems recruiters have, let's say they want to recruit African Americans. They want to bring more African Americans into the pool. They don't have good ways to know who's African American. So in that sense, a picture would help, because if I'm the sourcer who's like, oh, I'm supposed to find more African Americans for us to consider.
Yeah.
We're still going to hire based on merit.
Yes.
But I want to consider more candidates.
Yeah.
I don't know. Right? So how do they do it? It gets done through proxies. There's this university, there are several, but like one of the more well-known black universities is Howard. So every big fucking company on earth now is running to Howard University because it's their proxy for like,
interesting.
Where can we find African Americans?
Yeah.
And so if you're an African American going to like UW, I have no way to know if I just get a resume that says, you know, John Doe or Jane Doe from UW, I don't know. But if I go to Howard, I know I'm getting African Americans.
Yeah.
And so, so interestingly, my point is identifying in that case could be helpful because it gets you considered. The people who are chartered go find more diverse candidates can then find you.
Yes. Yeah.
The trick,
and like there might be some people that are like, well, this is not going to tie it against the discriminate the sort of like the tide of discrimination which undoubtedly exists is going to wash over these diversity initiatives. But I would argue that the diversity initiatives are necessary to create a world where a woman or a black man is not afraid of putting their picture on a resume, because that world should not exist.
That world should not exist.
And in the same way that I spent a lot of time building up women in gaming. Right. And it would always frustrate me. This argument would be like, well, women shouldn't be on esports teams because of this and this and this. It's like whenever you marginalize something because you say, now I'm taking the high road, right? Like because you say, well, they shouldn't put their picture on it because they won't get a job. I feel like that takes away from a better world where we should not have that be the case. And luckily now in 2019, we have diversity initiatives that are supporting that at most major companies. So I think that and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I feel like actually a great degree of hiring managers in this day and age take that into account. They really do try to create a more diverse landscape. And I mean, ultimately, the best.
So this I know a lot about.
Great.
The hiring manager side I can talk about. There's great research from Harvard and other places, but there's a Harvard Business Review article that shows that a more diverse team, where diversity means all kinds of things, age, gender,
skill set,
blah, blah,
interests,
will fight more. I'm translating. Will argue more. They will take longer to come to consensus, but their business results will be higher. So if you want like a short-term project done immediately that requires no thought, which is very few, but like if out here in your parking lot we need a ditch dug, go get a culturally and ethnically homogeneous crew, because they will dig a ditch without arguing. Like they won't try. Like you can get everyone aligned. If you actually want innovation, you want all those different perspectives, because creativity. You and I were discussing in Discord about. We were talking about whether or not basically internal dissatisfaction drives creativity. That was your thread with me last night. So in a team, internal discord drives creativity. But see, I told you they'd sub. They love you. They love debate. They love real debate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
That was a larger segue. So I don't know where we came on the picture thing.
Well, no, look, put your picture on. Just realize Devin said the right thing, which is if you happen to be from a minority background, or female or whatever, and you put a picture on, that may cost you a job from a bigot. You have to be okay with that. And there is a real point that you may not want to work for a bigot. If you're in a situation, and I'm just realistically, where you would willingly work for a bigot short term to get a paycheck because you need the money, I would not put a picture on. But otherwise, I think I would put a picture on. So I did not put a picture here. I have a picture though on LinkedIn where I think it's super important and where I think I'll be discovered. Mm-hmm. So I think by the time it's this point, it's more about facts, but I would not be shy to put a picture on.
Yeah, so, I think that's good. Okay. Okay, so that's a picture. Everything else here I think is pretty straightforward. A lot of people don't do this, which is like email, LinkedIn profile, and Twitter blog portfolio. I think this is really necessary. You really need.
I check out people on LinkedIn regardless. Like even if I do get I said I had an interview yesterday where I started with only LinkedIn and I never saw a resume.
Yeah.
But I go the other way. If I get a resume, I go get more color on LinkedIn. Like what are they doing? What do they have to say about themselves there?
Is
it more current? Because sometimes another thing that you would consider a cardinal sin, but I see all the time, when we're recruiting for what are called passive candidates, we take whatever resume they have. So if they're like, yeah, I haven't updated my resume in 5 years, the recruiter's like, well, just send it in. And so I go to LinkedIn if it doesn't look current.
Do you think a lot of hiring managers these days will bounce from your LinkedIn profile in this resume to your like Twitter or like your social media? Or will they just not be that dedicated?
So hiring managers, like everybody else, are sadly lazy. And so many of them will do the absolute minimum. And that sucks. It sucks because we end up with bad hires as a result where we haven't done enough digging. But I think you never know when someone's going to look deeper and they find so your social media has to be part of what you're thinking about for your professional portfolio, but I don't think most people check it out. Some do though. There's internet stalkers everywhere, including in the hiring world, right?
Yeah.
And I think I've told this story here before, but we were about to hire an executive several years ago, and we were like on the fence debating whether or not to hire this guy. And I Googled him, and one of the first things that came up was him trash talking his previous company. Right? It was like a news article, basically.
News article?
It was a news article
my
like
God.
Devin Nash spills the beans on.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah. So yeah, you can imagine like if I were considering you and I had looked at your resume, it's like Nerd Fusion, Counter Logic, and I Google you and it's like Devin Nash talks trash about Counter Logic Gaming.
Well, it won't be that, but if someone Googled me, I'm not getting the job, boys.
So the point
Monka Giga, dude.
Well, the point is though that sunk him because when I showed the article to the room that was debating, they were like, "Oh, never mind." It was that.
That was it.
That was it.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah, and we just had another candidate sank himself in the interview. He said someone asked him. He contracted to get data from another company to feed his project. And they asked him, how did you know where this company you were buying data from was getting the data? And he said, well, I didn't ask. And the other person looked at him like, you didn't ask? And he said, yeah, I wanted plausible deniability. So point was, he didn't ask where the data he was buying was coming from because he didn't want to know.
Okay.
And that was like game over. Because if he didn't know, he couldn't be, held accountable.
Yeah.
Right? Except where he got held accountable was his next job application.
Oh.
Right? Because like we can't have someone, none of the big companies can have someone who's willing to like buy data where it comes from, right? Because you'll find out it's coming from someplace that stole it, right? It's coming from the dark web. And like that's not okay. So.
Yeah.
So, advice piece number 1, do not be unethical in business.
Yeah.
But
it's never worth it.
Advice piece number 2, if you are unethical, for God's sakes, cover your tracks. Because if you're if you're going to write a news article about your unethical behavior or talk about it on interview, like it's not going to work out for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So,
so would you always put Well, I'm just like curious. Could you talk me through Twitter blog portfolio and like what you think should be there for most normal people?
I think that's the place to link to the most interesting thing you do beyond your work. I think that's the most interesting. I would use that to show that, like, in my case, I would put the easy coach up there. If I had filled that in, maybe I should have. I left it blank because we weren't putting up information. But that would be the place to link people to, like, what the hell is this? Mm-hmm. In other words, it's a place to pique interest. It's a place to grab them with, like, oh, you do something unusual. So if I did work on GitHub, I'd put that there. If I were an artist like Paintbrush, I'd put a link to my portfolio. That's where
that's smart. Yeah.
That's where I would link to something interesting.
Okay.
Give yourself 3 dimensions, right? Because to your point about the picture, it's anything that gets people to mentally stand out.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You're trying to stand out in some way.
I think an article would work. Maybe that's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, how about my collection of memes? Depends on the job, maybe. Yeah. I think a medium articles can be really good. To Ethan's point, it's like. And I don't want to jump the gun, but there's something he wrote down here, which I felt was like very deliberate. Maybe he's going to say that it was just a template thing, but the member board of directors of Washington Trails Association, hiker, climber, skier, and hockey player, travel lover, which inadvertently tells your employer, hey, I'm willing to go places. Right? I felt like that was very deliberate of you and very smart to do. So the point is, like, you're sort of fleshing out an entire human being, right? I'm not an automaton who's only good at this job. I'm a diverse individual that can do multiple things, right? That's that kind of message that you sent.
And that's why activities,
That's very good.
In fact, if you look at my activities, there's like 4 different threads there. They're all over the place. Like, here's my charitable one. Here's my sports one.
Yeah.
Here's my travel one. And I don't now remember what the 4th one was, but I had mentor and coach.
Yeah.
Which is really a tie back to business.
Yeah.
Like it's something I do for fun, but it makes me a better employee. It makes me a better leader. So it was absolutely a package to round out and say you're hiring a whole person, not just my list of things I've done.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, so we should go into so this part of the resume, I think, is the most important part of a resume, and I actually do this different than you do, which is interesting. So you did this is what I call the objective statement.
Yep. So since I wasn't customizing for a single role, I couldn't put a clear objective in it, right?
If you were customizing for a specific company, would you have?
Probably.
Okay. So I do agree. So I wrote a resume that was just kind of fun for Counterlogic Gaming.
Yeah.
And I wrote a specific statement to contribute to Counterlogic Gaming by building a comprehensive organization-wide framework to develop the world's best competitive players. Support players by utilizing my skills and passion developed through a lifetime of team development and gaming. Right. So the objective statement of something, I think, needs to clearly communicate, one, that you have actually written a resume specifically for this position, which in of itself differentiates you quite a bit.
Says you care.
Yeah. Because the number, most hiring managers will be used to getting a zillion resumes that are just shotgunned out, right? Yep. And I'll usually dump those unless they're incredible every time, right? But when you actually say, oh, like, this is my, like, one of the things we've talked about on the stream a lot. And is it okay if I close chat for a bit? Like, sure. Just because, Kafir, are you here? Just because I just focus better if I'm not, like, I have, like, yeah. We'll bring it up in, like, a little bit. But, like, right. I think, do we have a mod here? Are you guys going to be good, chat? You weren't good before, so. Okay, I need to promote someone to God status that I trust. Someone very old school. We have old school people here. Okay. Sailor Pluto. Kill all who oppose you. Good luck. I just focus better, right? Like, so I think one thing that I've talked about a lot is one of my favorite things, and I've actually hired at least 2 people based on this, was people made me custom videos. They sent a video, and I realize this is unorthodox for a large company, so I'm gonna acknowledge that right now.
Okay.
But I just want to I want to explain the mentality. The idea was, people put in a pretty massive amount of work for no guaranteed return, in order to exemplify how passionate they were about getting the position.
Yep.
So Shinobazu, who you know,
Yep.
right, did a really awesome. God, I wish we could find it. I don't know if he's here right now. Was he? Is he here?
Yeah, he was here.
Because if he could link the let me see if he's actually here. Because if he is, it would be super cool for him to actually link this.
Is he not? No, he's XX, right? XxShinobazuxX.
Do you guys remember the video? How would we find it? It would be in his in email. We can find it pretty quick. Yeah, hold on. This is worth telling this story. Okay, that's his email. Let's just search for everything about his email. Tell me if you see him come up. I got harassed by an AT&T recruiter saying they wanted you to submit your resume through Snapchat. Dog, there is no way that that's a real AT&T recruiter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a catfish, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll answer for Devin on the question about a custom template. If you have time and energy, you always want to customize, right? I need to bang something out I could show you guys, and I want to show that a standard template could work. But the more time you put on it, the better.
You ask Ethan questions while I try to find Shino.
Paintbrush, is your resume actually in our queue?
It is. I think we're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
Because he's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the benefit of working on the team, is you get preferential treatment.
Paulie, my day's good. I mean, I get to hang out here and chat with you guys, and we try and save the world one person at a time, one job at a time.
Found it.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, Ethan actually drove from Ethan lives in BFE.
Yes.
And drove here to do this show. So special claps in chat for Ethan for coming out for this. Thank you, sir. I mean, I'm absolutely honored for you to be here.
BFW, right? Bumfuck Washington.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but it's a very nice part of it. Yeah. I've driven out there a couple of times, and I will drive out there more. So Shino made a. What's up, Tides? How you doing? Ethan, I just can't. Okay, so this is why I can't do chat. All right, so we're gonna put it over here.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. And then I ignore it. Yeah. Okay, so Shino did a video for me. It was a minute, and so this is what is so cool for this. This is a video editing position.
Right.
And he did a video that exemplified all of the skills that he has that I need for a video editor. Okay, and I instantaneously hired him. Look, he can do this is we don't have time to go through the whole video contextually, but needless to say, this is
a video resume.
It's a very personal video. It's hey, I know your channel, I know what you do here. It would have just been dumb of me not to hire him.
I ran to your point. If you can get to the hiring manager, this is brilliant. I'll give you an example. I opened up on my channel. I said I will do 6 months of coaching once a month for a couple of people who are willing to be coached live on stream. And there was this woman, Kristen, who wanted to be coached live on stream. She had never streamed anything. Her husband watches you and said, oh, hey, I found this guy, Ethan, and he wants to coach someone. You should apply. But she sat in front of her computer and was like, I've never made a video before, and I'm kind of scared of it. But I thought if I couldn't do a video and send it to you asking to be chosen, I wasn't right.
Yeah.
And of course, that was super endearing and powerful.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. This is the thing.
Yeah.
So that's so cool.
the key that you're thinking about though is you've always hired in a small company where the resumes are getting to you unfiltered without a recruiter.
Yeah, you're right, and this is why you and I doing this show is so important, because you're giving the context from like if you want to apply to Amazon or to Facebook, like how do you do that, versus like if you want to apply to like a small company like an esports team and make a difference, like how do you do that? Yeah.
This is awesome too. Your chat, the people who watch both of us are linking me in chat.
Yeah, you guys should just
unprompted.
You guys
Nailed
should
it.
you guys should
Great.
just spam that link. I don't care. Yeah.
Follow my channel. I'm
listen,
live Monday night. 6
Absolutely
o'clock.
follow his channel. Yes.
We'll talk about my show more later.
Yeah.
So anyway, so what I tell people to do, and I've beaten this to death on the Easy Coach, is you have to network to get to the real hiring manager. Get around recruiting. So we're here to talk about resumes today, which is a tool.
Yeah.
And that's if you're going through recruiting, but also to get them in the hands of the hiring manager. But the most powerful thing you can do now is use LinkedIn or some other technique to get to the hiring manager around the gatekeepers.
I see. Okay.
Because a recruiting leader's job right now is mostly to filter shit out. I just saw the stats, actually. I just saw stats for a single part of Amazon's business, so I can share it because it won't give away anything about all of Amazon. I was just reading a report from a set of recruiters who want to build a new tool, and they were saying in 2018, Amazon, this part of Amazon, processed 2.2 million resumes.
Part of Amazon.
Part of Amazon.
Not like the whole company.
Not the whole company. Went through 2.2 million resumes. So when you drew that funnel, like it needs to be, you need to have something that gives scale and have like, I don't know, Iowa next to the size of the funnel, and the funnel is bigger.
Yeah, that's insane.
And what they were saying is of those 2.2 million that got considered, 20 to 40% of them we believe might have fit some position. So they were like, that's 800,000 resumes. But we're going to need to build AI to try to connect those 800,000 that might be good to the roles they fit. Because right now it's relying on humans. So what's that human doing? They're going, this person's great, but not for the role I'm paid to care about this second, throw away. This resume is also great. This person would be awesome, but not for the role I'm paid to care about this minute, throw away. And you're
losing opportunity,
Most of those 800,000 are going into the garbage, even though
they might be good for some other role in Amazon.
And so what we do is we flag them in this massive system that says maybe good for something, but then it's up to like some other recruiter to go mine through them, which they never do because they're busy.
Damn.
So
that is actually, this is why it's like, that story makes me feel like I just don't, there's so much I don't know.
Yeah, well,
because that's like a problem that I've never run into anywhere close. It's such a crazy problem.
Because the scale of Amazon recruiting would blow your mind, right?
It would, yeah.
We have thousands of people employed only as recruiters.
That's insane. Yeah,
well,
that's actually insane.
The company has, I think, we've announced, right, that we just, or someone who studied us. I actually don't know how many employees we have. We don't talk about it internally.
Wikipedia says 600,000.
Yeah, I think it's now been updated to 750, though. Like, I think Wikipedia is out of date. Many of those people are in our warehouses.
Shadowrun, man.
But there's still hundreds of thousands in corporate jobs. And a standard company, you can look this up, has like 12% turnover. So if you have 200,000 employees with 12% turnover, you need to hire 32,000 people extra a year to tread water. Like, that's just math.
That's
bad math. 200,000 is 24,000.
Yeah.
That was bad math. It doesn't matter. That's just to tread water. That's not to grow. That's just like, we just want to stay what we are. And so... that
is bananas. That is unimaginable. You're literally, in order to keep the fucking Galactus engine of Amazon running, you need to hire more people than are employed in the top 1% of companies in the United States. Like 24,000 people is already a top 1% company.
It's a huge company.
Yeah, it's a massive company.
No, we're like sucking down a small city of professionals every year to stay where we're at.
Yeah, that is insane. That is unimaginably insane.
Now we're pumping out a small city of professionals who go to other jobs.
Sure, yeah.
Right? So it's like zero sum.
Yeah.
But then we're also trying to grow. And so really, you talked about that funnel. let's say we're going to hire 30 or 40,000 people
Yeah.
a year because we're going to grow. I don't know the numbers, but that's zip
Some
code,
number,
right?
yeah. Mm.
When you considered, how many applicants did you get when you chose Shino? That you seriously thought about. Let's not even talk about ones that were just like, oh, I want to be your editor.
That I seriously thought about, I think 7 to 10. I can count because they're right here. Yeah, but somewhere around there.
All right, so for fun, because it makes the math more interesting.
Yeah.
Let's say only 7.
Okay.
We're going to hire 40,000 people. That's, could be 30, could be 50. I don't know.
7, yeah.
But okay, 7 people.
Yeah, 7
40,000. That means we're going to consider 280,000 people at Amazon.
Yeah.
So you can either feed yourself in as one of the several million resumes trying to get to the 280,000 to get thought about.
Right.
Or you can find a hiring manager who does what you want through a network and talk to that person. Would you rather go through the machine that's cranking through 280,000 possible people or try and get direct to the individual?
Do you think that going direct to the individual would actually cause them to be annoyed? Or is that like literally their job and they welcome that? Like, what's your experience with that? Since I have no insight into, and by the way, we're talking about connecting to people on LinkedIn. That's what we're talking about.
LinkedIn, but any way you can.
Connecting to,
Yeah, LinkedIn is the most common.
Because I have no context into this. Like so let's say that I'm applying for a job and I'm looking to apply at a tech company. And I don't want to get into this because I'm sure that a lot of other companies, not just Amazon.
It's going to be the same. Google, Microsoft.
I was about to say that. They all have these massive like companies that hire. Yeah, engines. So my answer would be to skip the line because any chance, even if they're offended, on the chance that you get someone who isn't offended and actually welcomes that might be good. But I have no context of this. I don't know.
Well, generally. First, what did you say about why to put a picture on or why to write a cover letter? Or we were talking about somebody who submitted their resume both to my Discord and yours. What did you say about them?
I said it's good hustle because
good hustle.
But that might be that's why I'm looking for context.
Actually, not. The point is, any manager is like, oh, you got to me directly, you bothered, because you see our fear.
That's how I'd look at it. Yeah.
So look at turn it around. I'm going to be selfish now.
Mm-hmm.
Am I more interested in a candidate that some recruiter dug up somewhere who couldn't give a fuck about me and my role, but the recruiter's trying to sell them on, oh yeah, you want to work on this. I know you've always, sold dog food at scale.
Yeah.
But you're a great dog food exec. You'd be great at Twitch. That's horrible for me.
Okay.
Meanwhile, someone who's like, hey, I hunted you down because I know all about Twitch, and I think Prime is the coolest program ever, which of course it is. And I would like to be a part of the Twitch Prime team, and here's my background.
That's a different game.
Yeah, I'd way
right.
rather hear from the person who took the effort to figure out me and find me. Right? I can always still say no. I can always hire them on merit. I'm still going to interview them.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that someone was interested rather than someone was found by a recruiter, by one of our 1,000 people that hunts.
Mm-hmm.
Right, all the time looking for talent. Our recruiters do an incredible job. They hunt really hard, but they're still hunting people that aren't interested in my job and in working on my team.
Sure.
Whereas someone who tracks me down,
at the very least, they don't have as much context into.
Maybe they've been sold on it. Like there are people that like, hey man, when I heard about your job, I knew it was the thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
But like this candidate I was talking to yesterday, where I only had his LinkedIn, he was very much like, well, I'm kind of interested in Amazon someday. Like I want to get to know Amazon more to see if it's for me.
Yeah.
That's a very reasonable perspective for him. It doesn't leave me like
a huge
thrilled.
Impression. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It
someone coming and being like, I love Twitch Prime. This whole idea. I've come to learn about your team. Like. There's a lot of value in that also, where you can go to an employer with the objective of just learning and never bring up that you want a job, and through doing that, you will usually get offered a job.
Sure.
Yeah, it's another kind of cool technique.
Because employers have roles to fill, so as soon as they find someone who doesn't work for them that they think is valuable, they're immediately dropping hints or asking directly, like, "Hey, have you ever considered switching?"
And if I run a budget, and I have a budget as either a director or I own a company or something, if you're good enough, I'll create a role for you. That's the actual truth. What, right? If you're good enough and you're going to add enough value, I will create a role. Yeah.
Right.
So that is very cool. So we can move back to your resume because I think this has been really productive so far.
Yeah.
Also, you mentioned some kind of weird service that you've done that I wasn't like familiar with. Could you tell those people? Yeah, I think it's called like Twitch Prime. do you know what? Could you tell them what that is?
Twitch Prime?
Yeah.
I think
I've never heard of that.
everyone on Twitch actually should know what Twitch Prime is.
Oh, yeah?
But in case there's someone new here today,
Mm-hmm.
Twitch Prime aspires to be the best deal in gaming. We bring people a free Twitch sub, which you should be using on Devin Nash right now, actually. So Prime subs in chat, come on. But Twitch Prime also brings free loot in lots of games every month, about 20 to 25 games a month. And we've just started doing mobile games. Yeah. We also added gifting, so you can collect gifts in channel.
I messed with that on my chat.
Did you do TFT gifts?
I did. No, I did the one before it.
You did Dauntless.
The first Dauntless. Yeah,
so
the first one.
TFT is still live. Like that's your jam, right?
Yeah, actually, it is. I didn't even know TFT is a thing.
So you should start a gift chest now because we're here. Like, let's
flip cool. Let's go. Thank you very much, my man.
Yeah,
thank you.
They're flip cool. So you should take a moment and open up the. Let's do it. If we're gonna talk Twitch Prime,
we gotta talk
start the gift chest and let's collect all. He has a dashboard somewhere.
Start collecting gifts.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so now we'll let that run a while, but it's TFT, which Devin actually likes and plays. So now everyone rain on it. And let's fill up that chest so that we can have the big gift
I have
explosion
gifts too.
later. Yeah.
So I can gift 3 of them?
You could, yep.
Yeah.
So I'll explain. Everyone who is a Prime member can give away a piece of Teamfight Tactics loot. They can give it to Devin here in chat. And then as he collects those later on in chat, they will all be given out to people who aren't Prime members. So all the non-Prime members of chat can get Teamfight Tactic loot gifts.
Wait, and you actually get an egg that you can open for a champion. That's actually a substantial gift. That's like no joke. That's no joke. No bullshit. Yeah. That's actually good. Yeah. Did you do watch parties? Is that you?
I started watch parties. I haven't finished it. So
what does that mean?
Meaning I kicked the project off before I left Twitch, so I helped make it happen because Prime Video was my thing.
So that entire time 2 months ago when I gave you that idea, you fucking knew about it and didn't tell me you were doing it. You son of a bitch.
What can I do? I can't be like. It would definitely pump up the Devin Nash channel. It's like the Ethan drops pre-release Twitch news.
Yeah. I told him like 2 months ago. I was like, Ethan, I have this incredible. We were in the car going to how you remember when I told you. I was like, Ethan, I have this incredible idea. I think that Twitch should do these. I think that Twitch should do these like I didn't call them like watch parties, but like Twitch should do these partnerships with companies where they like with Amazon where they watch Amazon Video. And Ethan was like, oh yeah, cool. And then he was thinking in his head, he's like, I'm actually already doing that.
Yeah. So awesome. Somebody's asking when I said I left Twitch. I switched. From working in Twitch and building the commerce tools, which is stuff like sub-gifting, bits, etc., to being solely focused on Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime is not the way we're organized.
It's not a Twitch product.
It's not a Twitch product because Prime is Amazon. So I still work with Twitch full-time every day, but I'm building Twitch Prime, which is the Amazon Prime gaming pillar. So anyway.
He literally invented Twitch Prime. His team, him and his team.
Well, no, part of the invention was literally me. Yeah, that's one where I'll claim it myself. There were 3 people who worked on it.
That's pretty cool.
And the 3 of us sat together and came up with it.
So now there's 150 Prime gifts.
Yep.
Okay. And you can then you can hit a button. You can just release the, or we're gonna leave it open going for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not. I don't know if it's capped. So.
I left it going for 2 or 3 days once for the Dauntless one, and it got up to 500 something.
All right. Yeah. Well, so
and we'll leave it going for a bit.
We'll do another shout out later, and then we'll set it off before the broadcast is over.
Yeah.
So we'll open the chest.
Just saw a 600K one on Riot Games. So shit, that's crazy.
Nero, you get every Twitch Prime member, even if you give away your 3, you get one yourself. So you can't give away the one you get. You always get one. But you can give away up to 3 to other people, which obviously you should give to Devin's gift chest right now.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Because let's face it, it's free to you. And actually, the TFT gifting period's almost over. It runs out October 30th. So you got like 4 days, and you're not going to give them to anybody else.
To do just a little bit of dick riding here, one of the things I really like about your team is that every single product and service you release has no downside for the consumer. Twitch Prime literally costs them nothing. If they already have a service through Amazon Prime, it literally costs nothing to sub to somebody. It is literally an advantage for all people. Like, I think that is really interesting in business. Is like usually business is like transactional, where it's like, okay, like you give me money, I give you a service or product. But the way you figured out how to do it is create something that has value on both sides. It's value added on both sides. That is an insane concept in business.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You just want to say that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, it's like it's really neat. That's it. Yeah. Cost you my data.
Yeah, and I love the person here who says, I'm one of those reverse people that pays $80 for Twitch Prime and gets Amazon Prime as a benefit. And that's what we wanted, right?
Yeah.
So when we started the program, we realized, being honest, like a lot of gamers haven't yet discovered Amazon, haven't yet engaged with Prime, and so put out something that's amazing for existing Prime members, but also enticing for people who haven't yet found all the other values in Prime, including Prime Video. You were talking about watch parties.
Yeah.
But wanted instead the Twitch benefits, and now that they've got the gaming loop benefit, they're like, oh, hey, I can shop here, I can watch video here, I can get music here. And all right.
Diet Tom.
Diatom.
Hitting that Twitch Prime.
Yeah, there we go.
Right.
That's it.
You got to use Twitch Prime when the inventor of Twitch Prime is on the stream, and let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
That's right. I'll tell you this, we actually count how many people have crowns as their, we know the percentage of people with crowns in chat. They have that as their chat icon.
Crown, but the thing with Crown means you can Galvaman, another Twitch Prime. Let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. The Crown doesn't mean you can sub with a Twitch Prime. It just means you're capable of doing it.
Yeah.
Your sub may already see what I want. I know that you never have it.
You tell me what you want, and I'll tell you what we can do.
Oh, I know it can't happen.
No. There's something we could do.
Really?
Interesting. You say what you want, and I'll say what I think is possible.
I want to know that they have a sub available.
Yeah.
Because then I can call them out and be like, "Yo, bitch, why aren't you subbing now?"
That's why we can't do it.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
We can't give away personal data. What we could do, I think, on a big enough channel, which you're almost there. If you just get a few more people. No, you have a huge channel. Oh, that was funny. Those eyes were good.
Right.
On a big channel like yours, what we could do, I think, without revealing personal data, is on your dashboard tell you of current viewers how many.
Oh, that's insanely useful. Yeah.
So you can't call someone out. So it's all about privacy, right? We have to do it in a way.
Yeah.
We have to do it in a way that's private. But you probably have like 200 Prime members here, and so we could say like 73 still have their sub.
Yeah.
And you could be called, and that way you can't rake over any one Prime member because you don't know, but you could know like, hey, I might want to do a Prime call to action. There's 70 people.
The calls to action, I'd be like, there right now, chat, there is 65 people that are not subbing in this chat. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? The most sophisticated stream on Twitch. 65 of you are not subscribed right now.
With your free sub,
with your free sub, you haven't even just clicked the button for Devin Nash. No, that is amazing. I love shit like that, man. That would just be insane. Oh, Asivira. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Asivira is a leader.
Yeah.
He's now there's 64 left. But he or she was first.
Yeah, absolutely. 64 X from Y, Andy. Yeah.
All right, so what else do you want to talk about on my resume?
A lot.
I want to get to all the fans.
Oh, yeah, we do need to do that. Well, we have a lot of time. Like, you don't have to leave till for a while.
No, I don't have to leave for a while.
Unless you get tired, we tire you out.
No, you won't wear me out.
It usually is the other way around. Yeah, usually Ethan wears me out. Like, I went on a hike with this guy, and he's like,
and I've only given up 20 years to him. Come on.
I went on a hike with this guy, and people are bromancing us. That's fair. It's fair. I went on a hike. This guy.
Yes,
and,
you can connect with me on LinkedIn. Just don't try and sell me something right away.
Can I be the VP of Amazon? Like, the kind of people that like, wait, does the doctor know you're cheating on him? Andy, I was in this bromance before I even met that dude. This is the true bromance, man. This is the
in person.
This
like
is the real bro. Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not jealous of virtual bromance.
Yeah,
though.
this is the real. This bromance has been going on. We've had this relationship going for at least several months. All right, this is the real bromance, man. I'm not gonna give up on my real husbando. All right, so the yeah, I mean there are other beautiful men in the world, dude, but I know where my loyalties lie. All right, so this guy takes me on a hike, okay, and I'm like, yeah, so like, what's this hike gonna be? And he's like, oh, it's kind of like, it's like there's a couple of hills, I think is what you said, okay, and then this guy like just walks up the mountain. But like he just walks up the hill. Like the mountain's like this, and he just walks up it for like 45 minutes. I'm like, holy fuck. Like it was, and then he's like, about like 3/4 of the way up or whatever, he was like, man, this is good. Like normally I can't take people on a lot of these hikes, and I'm like, oh, that's good. Yep, doing great, Ethan.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Early on, I tried taking a bunch of people out coaching. I thought like this will be fun.
Oh,
I'd
like
love
a
to coach
seminar.
people. I'll take them on a hike.
And everyone just died. Yeah.
And they died. Yeah. There was like one
Yeah.
guy who could keep up.
Yeah.
And two people, they were great. They were really wonderful. But I had to like tone it down.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a couple of things. And I had said like, please don't sign up if you can't hike.
Yeah.
And they could all like. There was no one who was really like couldn't at least
really hosed,
walk
yeah.
on walk on a trail, but I did get a couple people in over their heads, and like at one point I'm like, so it's gonna look really bad if I get anybody hurt out here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can't
like Spartan them and throw them off the hill. Like
so my new trick some days I'm gonna do like the coaching getaway in Napa Valley. That's like the. You don't
like,
drink wine, but
no, but like Tony Robbins does. Like, you can pay Tony Robbins $10,000 and you go to his resort on Fiji, and then like you do like a personal development seminar. I've always wanted to do this.
Wow.
But I don't have 10K. But like to spend on that. Yeah. But that would be really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be really cool. But it's that kind of stuff. Yeah. Okay. We should keep going through this so we can get to other people's resumes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we were on the objective statement. So Ethan said that he didn't have a general resume to do here, and I'm going to put this over here again, so it's for you.
Fine.
Yeah. But if he had, it would have looked more like my statement, where guys, this to me is actually the most important part of the resume. I really think it is the objective statement, which is, how are you in 1 or 2 sentences going to convince the hiring person that you are the right person for this job? And I think the way that you did this was really interesting. I haven't seen anybody do this, which is like, instead of doing like why you should work for the company, you just put like, this is why I'm literally so badass that if you don't hire me, you're like an absolute fool. And that's like, when I read what you just said here, now granted, you've got the chops to back this up. So I wonder how you respond to someone that doesn't have this, because most people can't write something.
Everyone can write action word statements about what they have done.
Yeah, but this is insane. Like, this is insane.
Yeah,
multiple $500 million businesses across video games, video, apps, and music. Global leadership experience of teams of 800 people. 60 plus issued patents.
Yes.
You might as well be like cowboy, billionaire, space astronaut, secret agent, rodeo wrangler, professional nuclear scientist, engineer, Chernobyl saver, puppy lover. Like what else? Like what?
It's the puppy lover.
Friend to elves, dwarves, and orcs. Yeah, like everything, dude. Like
chat. You gotta save me from distractions now. There's people in chat who don't know how to give into the community gift chest, and I don't want to spend time explaining it. So somebody give the instructions so everybody else can pour their gifts in. All right, moving. And sign up for Prime and give out gifts. If you're not yet in Prime, go join Prime so that you can give gifts.
I will put. I was like, yeah, this is good. We're going for the high five.
Right,
Let's go. Bam.
There we go.
Oh man,
right.
he's Yeah.
Not only do I hike, I break hands.
Yeah, because my hand just breaks. That'd be great. Like, I will put a screenshot of his resume and of my resume in the sub chat.
Oh, there's the
For
call
Twitch
to
Prime.
action.
Yeah.
Oh, Kafir is here. Are we demoting the other guy? No.
We have two warriors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kafir is the normal
Yeah, I know.
sword carrier. We actually have 3 here, which
Yeah.
is great. Yeah. That means if somebody, if one of you goes out of line for a second, bam.
Bam.
Yeah.
All right, we're going back. We're going
Yeah.
back over here.
Yeah, it's so easy. Yeah.
So no, what I so the big thing you haven't commented on is everything I've started, I've tried to use an action word.
Okay,
so,
can you define action word?
So the words, I'll first do it by contrast. People say worked on or contributed to or part of. They actually lead their bullet with like part of a team that or contributed to Twitch Prime. You want to say what you did and you want action words that show you do things. So
Yeah.
proven is an assertion. Maybe it's not proven. Maybe that's all bullshit. But I'm putting in your mind that there is proof that I can do this.
Yeah. That's cool.
So I'm
cool.
going right
Yeah.
away because what's the biggest thing you fear on the interwebs, right? That what you're reading is bullshit,
Yep.
that it's fake news.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm challenging that right away with, look, I can back up that I can do this. So I'm pushing on it straight out of the gate. And then everything else, I try to have action words, right? So if you look at my first position, it's led the growth. If you look at my next position, it's created
Negotiate,
and drove.
participation.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Founded and led. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
which is
so-
like I can do something self-directed. Like, yeah, you're kind of sending secondary messages through all of the primary messages.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's word choice. But
Yes.
going all the way back up to the top, if somebody doesn't have the portfolio of experience, you can still think about what are the most impactful work-related things you've ever done or the hardest things you've done, and come up with words that describe those. So even if you're coming out of college and you have no work experience, or only college work experience, you can still lead with your skills.
Yeah.
Passionate everybody's passionate about something. Some of you have sick passions we can't talk about. But on your resume, you can be passionate about being a marketer, a designer. Passionate user experience designer with multiple successful internships or whatever.
Yeah.
Or with extensive portfolio. You can always make a claim that asserts what you do well and what you want to do. Sure, I have a lot of experience to put behind it. So,
Conjo with the 5. Thank you very much. I did not skip you. We will probably go. What is your name? And I'll find you for the resumes when we review it. Thank you very much for the dono, dude. I appreciate that a lot. And thank you, Son of Hate, for the 2, my man. So that goes into, so what you just said goes into the descriptions. Everything basically has a purpose, right? You're not, and I tried to actually do the same thing here. Built a framework for Team Dignitas LCS team to perform the LCS, tracked goals, monitored physical and mental health, assisted players in daily competitive issues. Team accomplished 11-1 win rate 1 month after I joined. So I tried to put an objective statement that shows this is something we did. This is built a framework, right? Same type of thing. Full partnered caster at twitch.tv featuring one of the top 10 League of Legends late night streams, right?
Yeah.
Another one of those. High level strategy, how it applies to personal development, self improvement. Worked with players and viewers to demonstrate actionable ways to improve the game. Consulted and assisted dozens of individuals in peak performance coaching, right? What just happened? Oh, Hark Dan. Awesome. Thank you very much. Guys, clap it up for Dan. Thank you very much.
That's awesome.
Hark Dan is another consummate business professional who I've known for a long time from Destiny's community.
Nice.
He's
Thank you.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. Lately he's been
400 new people then. That's awesome. So
lately
I'm
he's
Ethan,
been.
I'm the easy coach.
Yeah, you should probably.
Yeah,
I was gonna intro Dan real quick. So if you guys haven't heard of Dan lately, Dan has been watching eviction videos, and I've actually been watching his streams late night because they've been so good.
God, really?
He's watching people get evicted from houses.
Ouch.
And it's good. Yeah, there's like a British TV show apparently that
that's
it's really good.
Poverty porn though, right?
Yeah,
that's
it's
a little
good.
that's a little rough.
So introduce yourself. Why are you here?
Yeah, so I'm Ethan Evans. I stream as the Easy Coach on Twitch. You can follow me there. I work at Amazon where today I run Twitch Prime, We're collecting a gift chest right now of the Teamfight Tactics Little Legends Twin Eggs. But follow me, follow my channel, and I'm here talking with Devin today. We're going over my resume as an example, and then we're going to review resumes from the community. We already have a lot, so probably it'd be tough for you to get in line at this point, but feel free to try.
Yep.
Send them to Devin in Discord. Devin and I love to talk. We love to do career development for people, and today is about how to build a better resume.
Yes.
So right now we're looking at Devin's resume,
and we're going back and forth between Ethan's and
forth.
So
flip back to yours for a second.
Well,
there is one. No.
What one?
No.
Thing.
All right. I'll wait. Nope.
I can't you're like the god.
I'll switch back to your resume.
Okay. Yeah.
So the thing I would call out at the top though, with your objective to contribute to is fuzzy.
Oh.
I would have loved to have had a word there like impact. Impact counter logic gaming by. Because action words grab attention. Or even improve or grow, as opposed to contribute to is kind of fuzzy. It is very I'll do whatever you need, but I would want a more powerful word.
Okay.
Language is power, right?
Yeah.
And you get all the people who are like neuro-linguistic programming. I don't know if we have to go that far.
I love that. Have you read the actual book on NLP?
No.
It's really good.
But do you think a resume is NLP?
Oh, I think everything's NLP.
Well, okay, fine. If you think, but like a resume is that distilled.
Oh yeah.
Because
using power words to try to impact people's thoughts about you. Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is the point of a resume. So.
I was gonna do a very quick introduction. If you have not heard of me, hi, I'm Devin Nash. I do two things. I run gaming industry. Basically, if it's important to the world of business and industry, that we do a daily talk show about those issues in the mornings. And then I also work at Nerd Fusion, which we run Twitch and YouTube's most bestest talent. We're the #2 talent agency for all Twitch and YouTube related things. So that's what we do. And I'm here with the legendary Ethan Evans, the Easy Coach, who has personally reviewed
10,000
resumes. That sounds like a ridiculously dumb number, but it actually is true.
Yeah, it's 500 a year. So if you just break it down,
it's so casual about it.
500 a year for so that comes down to 2 every business day.
I
it's
literally
not that many.
I literally don't know of anyone else that would be better for the talk we're having today, which is about career development, life-changing scripts for career development, and tips. And we're starting with resumes. So
interestingly, I'll give you a run for your money. I'm bringing on my show in mid-November the head of Amazon Campus Recruiting. So the guy who runs our campus recruiting program.
That's pretty insane. Yeah.
So he might be better, like for this audience. I think it's November 25th.
We'll be there. Yeah.
But like that's like because I've gone all over the country with him speaking at campuses when we recruit people. But like he's the guy who runs campus recruiting to talk to the audience here that's trying to get their first job out of college. A lot of them, or their first job out of their first professional job. I think he may now. What I don't know is how good he'll be on screen.
That's what I was about to say.
So it's going to be up to me to like bring that expertise.
Is he going to be as entertaining and enchanting as you, Ethan?
He probably will not feel as comfortable raking over resumes as I will when we get to that.
Right, because another caveat to this stream. So in the not too distant future, we are going to be reviewing your submitted resumes, and you will summarily be judged and evaluated, and that's going to be the best part of the stream. But your suffering will be to grow the greater good, my friends, so do not fear. Your sacrifices will not be in vain. Who dares at me on my Discord? Oh, it's in video editing. Acceptable. Okay, got it. Yeah, all right. That's the only channel people could do that in. Otherwise, it's an instant ban. Yeah. It was Shino. It's coming back. We already got it. So, okay. So this is power words.
All right, so what else do you want to talk about in here?
Well, I just think when building a resume like this, you can see that like both Ethan and I built our resumes completely separately. Neither of us looked at each other's resume, but we both came up with a lot of the same ideas, right? And I think some of the main consistent themes here is number one, that you have an objective statement of how you're going to contribute preferably personalized
Customized to the job.
to the job. And number two, that in your descriptions, you try to focus on two things. One, that you are using power words that show you that you are activating and doing something, because Ethan is an activator.
I am an activator.
You're an activator.
That's right.
Proven executive leadership, okay? This isn't any executive leadership. This isn't maybe executive leadership, okay? This isn't probably executive leadership. This is proven executive leadership, all right? He's proved it, right? And that one thought right there goes into your head. Also, led the growth, created and drove, founded and led and managed, right? These are the kind of things you want to think about when you are writing something like this. You want to think about the things that you are actually doing and adding that can convince someone that you are worth considering.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I was distracted. Somebody said, "What about federal jobs?" And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I wanted to get snarky with it, but same thing, right? Like, hiring managers there still want people with skills who are going to do things. All right.
Okay.
So scroll down a sec.
Yeah, let's go to this.
It's
This is the whole thing.
So you were talking about watch parties earlier, and we didn't get to it. But I wondered if we'd talk about it. The first of the patents is really the watch party patent. So
What?
I patented
Synchronized
the idea
video
for
session was integrated participant generated commentary.
video session with chat. But that patent was filed in 2006. It took until now to have the right place to do it. So that patent, if you look it up, was submitted in 2006. It was issued after that. But that's watch parties from 10 years ago when I first had the watch party idea.
You had the watch party idea before Twitch existed?
Sure.
How?
Because I built Amazon Video, so I wanted to do it there.
Holy shit.
But
That's
Twitch is a better place for it because it's live and people are used to hanging out together. I was going to build it on top of a VOD platform, like get your friends together for a VOD party. But Twitch, that was never, like, it never made it above the cut line for what to do next until we had Twitch. But I patented it 10 years ago.
Have you ever watched Futurama?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how they put those people in the bottles with the heads?
Yes.
They need to do that to you so that you can like keep doing shit like this, because that's actually insane.
Yeah, so there's some subtle stuff here that many people would never notice, but since you think everything is considered, I have 60 patents. Why those 5? Like, I could have called out any of the 60 or none, or just said, I could have listed all the numbers. Like, there's a lot of different things I could have done. I could have had a whole fucking page of them. Why those 5?
I don't know. I don't know.
So they're all different. They're
Oh,
representative.
yeah.
Right? So the first one's video.
Yeah.
The next one is robotics, right? Mobile-based utilizing transport units. So that's like roving robots that will deliver Amazon packages to your door. Mm-hmm. And I picked that one because it made the news. When that patent was issued, it got picked up by business press, like Amazon intends to have robots deliver your door. Mm-hmm. So it was a couple years ago, but it got picked up when it issued and like observed like Amazon's doing this thing.
Yeah.
And then now we're very small.
For now, while we look at this. Yeah.
And then
you're big in my heart, Ethan.
Yeah, there you go. Oh boy, the bromance now is really bad. Yeah, chat's gonna go crazy.
No, I could have been worse.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Distribution of applications over a dispersed network. Mm-hmm. Patent titles are boring as hell, but that was video game streaming. Customization of on-demand product or on-demand customization of products is make on demand. So that's like MakerBot stuff. Mm-hmm. And then autonomous ground vehicles based at delivery locations is another like drone patent. So I was just trying to show variety though, because there's a video patent, there's 2 robot patents, there's a game streaming patent, and there's a MakerBot patent. So it's like showing that I'm not a one-trick pony when it comes to innovation. Got it. Yeah. So, but it's tough to present that, and you have to. That's a place where you have to show, not tell. Because if I write a self-aggrandizing statement like inventor across multiple domains, you got to be able to back that up.
Wait a minute.
I don't have that in there, but you would have to.
Ethan Evans. 2500. Lifetime interview at all levels.
Oh, you got one. There you go.
Get him out of here. Get him out of
I'm
here.
out. I'm done.
That's it.
Not getting a
That's
job.
it.
Not getting a job.
That's it.
You
That's
did
it.
find one. Good job.
That's it. That's it. All qualifications done. 500 million, whatever. Yeah, get out of here. Lifetime interview. I can't believe you.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'll have to go fix it. Damn it. Now I got to go look through Devin's
garbage resume. In the trash, boys.
All right. So I think we've kind of
nailed these
resume
resumes. Yeah. I'm curious on P&L leadership. That's probably the show that you can run one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart. So
it's just turning it around and saying, hey, I wasn't just in this business. In fact, I should probably go change that to P&L ownership.
Yeah.
Because the key is, are you on the hook
for a budget?
Are you on the hook for the result?
Yeah. So P&L, for people that don't know, is called profit and loss statement. What it basically means is that he's responsible for money. And where it goes and what it does.
Because when I began my career as an engineer, I was
You were not. And most people that begin their careers out of college are hopefully not.
Business,
yeah. So like controlling a budget is a big differentiator for hirers. If you are
because it means I've had a decade to embezzle and haven't been caught yet.
Exactly. Yeah. It means that you can be trusted, and it also means that it means that you can be trusted. It also means that you are competent running a budget, which is just important for anything.
You understand that making money is important.
Yeah. So
I was just talking to somebody who was complaining about running her company and said, some of my employees think we run on wishes and rainbows. Because they were like, why do we have to raise prices? Why do we have to push making money so much? Why can't we just do good?
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. And it's funny because the same set of employees are asking her why they're not getting more raises. And she's like, she's going crazy because she's like, the same set of people feel like they're underpaid.
Yeah.
And yet are complaining that we're pushing too hard on monetization.
Yeah.
And
I had a guy once that came into my office every single month, sat down, and flat out asked me for a raise every month, including the month after I gave him a raise. And I was like, man, fuck. Like he'd just sit down and like so confidently, he'd just be like, yeah, man. So I feel like I need to get paid more. And I was like, I just paid you more. And he's like, yeah, I need more money. Like, that's what I need. Like, and I'm just like, and like, so like, I would always try to like, I don't know how you handle this, but like, I would try to like give them a system. Like, if you accomplish these KPIs, you would get there.
Yeah. Like, you essentially made him commission based, like a gold incentive based.
It's a good way to put it.
Which is the right way to handle that. Like, well, look, you want to, my answer to anybody who says they want to be paid more is I say be worth more. Like, right back at you.
What do they say to that?
Well, they try and make the case of why they're worth more, and I try and make the case of what they need to do to be worth what they want.
Okay, so we're on the same page.
Yeah. But the point is, you got to be ready to go right back at them. And when they say, particularly somebody like that, like I feel like I need to be paid more. I'd say I feel like you need to be worth more.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how we can get together and make that happen.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah,
right.
I'm on the same page.
KPI, it's the same thing, but just, you go right back at them about be worth more.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, you're not just gonna.
But you know these stats, right? You've heard these. 70% of employees have never asked for a raise.
It's insane to me, but I know that checks out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And interestingly, of the 30% who have asked, 70% of them have gotten something. They may not have gotten what they asked for, but 70% of them got something.
Yeah. That's insane. That's really crazy.
So go ask and ye shall receive. It's biblical. Like, it's right there.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. Whoever Aunt Kay, you should ask for a raise. All of it. Like, how often should you ask for a raise?
Every day.
No. That drives people fucking nuts. Like, you'll alienate your leadership, but you ask for a raise when you've done something good and you have a reason, and then you keep doing good things. You ask for raises. It's the same with promotion.
I do think there's a cool down on it. So after you get a raise, don't go back. Like, even if you did some super cool shit. Like 2 months later, I wouldn't go back and ask again.
No.
I think the cooldown's like 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. Like, if you were actually getting... Okay, you've taught people about compound interest, right?
I have. Hopefully. I don't know if they listen.
Okay.
Yeah,
But the point is, if you were actually getting a raise every 6 months of any size...
It'd be fucking crazy.
In a few years, like, I know everyone here is 12, and they can't imagine that they'll have to work past 15, and so they're on a 3-year horizon to have that Lamborghini.
He's learning. He's learning. Yes. He's understanding.
On 3 years to your Lamborghini, can Ethan get closer to the mic?
It's,
no, but I can get louder.
It's fine. I mean, we can up his gain a little bit.
Yeah,
Literally,
it's all good.
that dude's the only dude bitching about this. But
Yeah,
here,
no, it's cool.
let me up your gain just a little bit. Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, and I move back and forth. That's like my fault.
I mean, if it hits yellow like that, it's my volume too. Yeah, so it's like it should be fine.
It's all good. I'll come over here and we'll pump it into the red.
Well, you can move the mic too.
Yeah.
It's a shotgun mic, so
It's
if you
a shotgun
point it,
mic.
if you point it at
It's not like a shotgun wedding.
What's that?
What's that? Chat, education, please.
Implying they have girlfriends. They're not gonna know either. You have to tell me.
A shotgun wedding was when you got your girlfriend pregnant, and then the dad was like, "Well, she's not having it out of wedlock."
Oh
So
shit! Okay.
Shotgun wedding.
All right.
Yeah, more generally a quick
Don't blue
wedding.
face me. You know it's true.
Yeah, there we go. When you knock up a girl and her dad holds you hostage. Sneezes said exactly what it was.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yes.
Devin, you should.
All right.
Cool.
So anyway, do we want to do somebody's resume?
Do you want to?
You know what? It should be break time.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we gotta get more tea.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk just real quickly
I'll talk about whatever.
about activities, just real quick, and then yeah.
So I believe put those on there. Show depth. Show humanity. Show that you're more than only your corporate life. And these give people interesting things to talk to you about, or try and find common interest. So whatever you list in here, lots of people have some charity interest. They have some outdoor interest. You're trying to connect to them because the truth is people hire people they like. And so this is your place to be likable as well as to be professional.
Yeah.
And so you're trying to put something on your resume that's like, hey, I'm also a human and you want to hire a person like me.
Love it.
And so that's just
Did you have a intent to travel lover?
yeah, it shows. The other stuff is kind of personal or individualistic. The travel lover shows that you're interested in. You can't go to all 50 states and 20 plus countries and be myopic about. You can't be inward looking. So I was trying to show an outward mindset that I'm interested in things beyond my own horizon. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we are going to get more.